You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side. Off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept
Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
Swinging a ground ball, hit toward short, charging in his lines. He fields, throws to first. The comeback is complete. From 2-0 down in the series, the Long Island Ducks have won 3 in a row at home. And for the 5th time in franchise history, they will head to the Atlantic League Championship Series.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, and welcome to New Britain Stadium. Joe Vasile here with you, and let's get the first order of business out of the way. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there joining us, including Nancy, my mom, and also my grandmas, Cookie and Martha. Very happy Mother's Day to all 3 of you. Well, last night, as you might know, got postponed between the Bees and the Ducks. That means today we are treated to a good old-fashioned Sunday doubleheader, single admission twin bill here in the Hardware City, and the Ducks will take on the Bees. Again, game 1 getting started here in about 15 minutes, and it should be a good one in terms of the pitching matchup with Rafael Perez heading to the mound for Long Island. He'll be opposed by Mike Lee of the New Britain Bees. This will be just the second start of the season for Lee, who's been effective in the Atlantic League over the past couple of years, although this year 0-1 with a 9.64 earned run average, but he's only had 2 appearances, so there's not really a large sample that we're working with Lee. Meanwhile, Rafael Perez has been quite good in his last 2 outings. After his first 2 starts of the year, he struggled a little bit. He's gone 7 innings in both of his last 2 starts, including in his last outing back on May 9th. That was in the second game of the, May 8th, which was the first game of the York series. Went 7 innings, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 6 in that contest. And for Perez, it's been slow steps forward, and that's exactly what manager Kevin Baez, pitching coach Billy Horn, like to see. We'll chat with Kevin Baez a little bit later on here in the pregame show. That'll be coming up next. Looking ahead towards Game 2, Dennis O'Grady takes the mound for the Ducks. He'll be going up against Brian Dupre of the New Britain Bees. Well, it's a beautiful day for a ball game. There is some rain in the forecast for later on, but it looks like that shouldn't cause us much trouble. At least that's the hope here around New Britain, and we'll be able to get 2 games in here on Sunday before the Ducks return home later on tonight. So we'll take a step aside and come back and chat with manager Kevin Baez. That's coming up next. We'll also check scores from around the Atlantic League and a whole lot more. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
Listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back in the Long Island Ducks pregame show, joined by Ducks manager Kevin Baez. And
Skip, it's been a little bit of a trying week here. The breaks, it seems like, just haven't been going in the right direction. The process has been there, and that's kind of what a couple of guys have echoed. How tough has that been this week when it seems like every break seems to be going in the wrong direction?
It's been very difficult. It's been frustrating, to say the least. The guys been working hard. They've been going out doing their job as far as work ethic, but the results aren't there. We're trying different things, but ultimately we got to make our own results. And the breaks aren't coming our way, but again, we got to make our own breaks. Not just my message to the guys, and just kind of keep the same process, keep going after it, keep working hard. Things will change, the breaks will come our way, and that's the attitude we have to have.
How do you make sure that guys kind of keep their heads high during a streak when those breaks aren't going your way? Obviously, it must be easy to kind of get down about that.
No question about it. Human nature sets in, and that's what my job is, to try to keep these guys upbeat, try to keep these guys positive, try to tell them that, tomorrow is another day as far as making that turn. But again, the process is there. We're getting our work in. Our attitude is good, but it's frustrating to say the least. But baseball is about staying confident. So it's tough to do that when you're struggling. So it's been basically we got like 4 or 5 guys that are struggling at the same time, and that's what's making it difficult. Our pitching, I think, has been fairly good, keeping us in games. But I feel like they feel like there's a lot of pressure on them to give up no runs. So hopefully we get a game where we just relax and get that big outburst, and everybody relax and just have some fun.
You talk about some of the pitching. Rafael Perez, Game 1 starter today, has been very good in his last 2 starts. What kind of has allowed him to turn the corner after the first 2 starts? It looked like there was a little rust.
Yeah. I mean, the last 2 starts have been outstanding. The first 2, not so much. So he's gotten better. But that's what we want. We want guys to progressively get better. And he's making adjustments, in-game adjustments to the hitters. He's keeping the ball down. He's getting some ground balls. His changeup is working good. So we expect another good outing from him today, and O'Grady in the second game.
You look at some of the bright spots on the team over the last week, and Giovanni Alfonso kind of immediately comes to mind. He's really been playing well. What's kind of been the key for him starting to get going, and what do you expect, I guess, to see from him for the rest of the year?
Well, I mean, he's got an opportunity, and we got a couple guys go down, and it's the next man up. And like I told him in the beginning of the year, and Songo as well. Songo and him were not playing every day, and said their opportunity is going to come. And right now, he's got an opportunity. He's taking advantage of it, and we need him to.
When you look at, like I said, how he's gone, how Sonko's kind of stepped in and played well, what have been some of the, I guess, surprises for you here in the early going, guys who maybe have opened your eyes with their performance so far?
Well, I mean, so nice surprise. I mean, we knew Songo coming in was a good player, and Alfonso was a good backup utility guy that we're very happy to have, and is doing a fine job. My surprise mainly is the guys that are struggling. You don't look at a Delta, a Lions, a Lentini struggled this long, so we need those guys to get back to where they're capable of being, and once they get going, that's the top of our lineup, and they get on, good things will happen. But Songo's been, we thought he was coming in, he's going to be a solid player anyway.
When you talk about some of the guys who have been struggling, have you been working with them on anything, or is it just kind of, look, what you can do to be successful, just keep doing that, and eventually the hits will start falling in?
Yeah, I mean, we try to, the mindset is very important, because the guys are obviously able, they're healthy, they're ready to go. Just right now, they're, like you said before, they're getting down on themselves a little bit, but the work ethic's there. They're getting the cage work, they're getting the on the field work. Sometimes that doesn't necessarily guarantee results on the field. So with that said, you got to keep pressing along, and the results will come.
And of course, here with Long Island Ducks manager Kevin Baez, today is Mother's Day. Any special shout-outs or anyone you want to say hi to today?
Yeah, definitely happy Mother's Day to my wife Marianne. She's going to Staten Island today with all her cousins and family. My mother-in-law is going to be there, and my mom in North Carolina. Happy Mother's Day. And to all the mothers out there, we wish you happy Mother's Day, and enjoy the day.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that was Long Island Ducks manager Kevin Baez with us here on the Long Island Ducks pregame show. We'll take another step aside. When we come back, we'll check scores from around the Atlantic League. That's coming up next on the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Billy Horn, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best-looking, most vibrant pavers with the most three-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
And welcome back to New Britain Stadium on the Long Island Ducks pregame show. Joe Vasile here with you on this Mother's Day Sunday, getting set for a doubleheader between the New Britain Bees and the Long Island Ducks. There's another doubleheader going on in the Atlantic League as we take a look around the action across the circuit. The Somerset Patriots and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are underway in Game 1 of their twin bill. They're in the bottom of the first inning, and Southern Maryland is off to a 1-0 lead on the Patriots at Regency Furniture Stadium down in Waldorf. Game number 2, tentatively around 3:30, will get underway about a half an hour after the end of that contest. Another game that is already underway. They're in the bottom of the second inning at Peoples Bank Park in York, and the Bridgeport Bluefish and the York Revolution are currently scoreless. 2:05 start locally, 3:05 here on the East Coast in Sugar Land today, where the Lancaster Barnstormers, who now find themselves on top, the best record in the Freedom, tied with Sugar Land, both at 13-10. They'll battle it out for Freedom Division superiority, 3:05, again at Constellation Field. The Ducks and the Bees set to play 14 innings, 2 7-inning games today, getting underway shortly, so let's get you the starting lineups without further ado. We'll start first with the Long Island Ducks. Leading off and playing right field will be Phelan Lentini. He'll be followed in the order by the center fielder, the switch-hitting Delta Cleary Jr. Elmer Reyes will DH again and bat third, while Angelo Sonko will play left field and hit cleanup. Mark Krause is the first baseman. He bats fifth, while Alex Berg catches and hits sixth. Cody Puckett plays third base. He'll bat seventh. Giovanni Alfonso plays second base for the second straight game. He will bat eighth. And Dan Lyons is in the number 9 spot. He is the shortstop today. And as we mentioned in the pregame show, Rafael Perez is the starting pitcher for the Ducks in game number 1. So Lentini set to dig in. The Ducks in their Sunday orange jerseys, gray baseball pants, black helmets. They're sporting the black hats today as well. And New Britain's right-handed starting pitcher Mike Lee delivers the first pitch, and it misses low. The count 1 ball and no strikes. underway right on time at 1:35 p.m. on the nose. Mike Lee, a right-hander, works out of the stretch with nobody on base. The pitch. That's in for a called strike. Count now even up at 1-1 to Lentini. Phelan Lentini on Friday night's game went 0 for 4. He's officially 0 for 7 in the series, but he has reached base twice via walks and scored a run. 1-1 pitch. Foul back to the screen. Count now 1-2. For Lentini, hitting 191 on the season. It's been a little bit of a struggle in the early going, as you heard manager Kevin Baez talk about in the pregame show. Just trying to get him going back to where he knows where he can be and where, well, everyone in the organization feels like Lentini is capable of being. He had an excellent year last year, scored 108 runs to set a franchise record, hit over 300. So the 1-2 pitch is a slider swung on and missed. And Lentini down on strikes for the first out here in the first inning. So a good start for Mike Lee. Strikes out the first batter he faces. Tell you a little bit about Lee. He is a tall drink of water out there on the mound. That is the most notable thing about him. 6'7", 235 pounds. And he calls Las Vegas, Nevada his home. So here's Delta Cleary Jr. Third baseman in on the cut of the grass. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses low. Count 1-0 strikes to the Ducks center fielder. Mike Lee recently re-signed with the Bees as the 1-0 pitch misses low. The count now 2 strikes to Cleary. Was not on the roster to begin the season, but then re-signed on May 1st after Casey Coleman had his contract purchased by the Houston Astros. Lee comes set, the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch. Had Cleary out in front. Count now 2 strike. Spent a little bit of time with the Bees last year, did Lee. Comes set now, the 2-1. Here's a strike on the outside corner. Count now even up at 2 strikes. Well, Lee's a guy who pitched a little bit in the Atlantic League last year, not only with New Britain, but he also had a stint with the Lancaster Barnstormers. As the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Delta Cleary Jr., and it's 2 up and 2 set aside by the strikeout for Mike Lee. And he hasn't needed to use them yet, but let's get you the defensive alignment for the New Britain Bees. At first base, it's John Griffin. The second baseman is Jake McGigan. Shortstop, Steve Carrillo. Jovan Rosa mans third base. Along the outfield from left to right, Connor Bierfeld in left, Michael Krause in center, Jamar Walton in right, and Ivan Villascusa does the catching. First pitch on the way to Elmer Reyes is a breaking ball that misses low and outside. Count 1-0. First we've seen of Villascusa in this series as James Skelton caught the first 2 games. Skelton will catch game number 2 today. Or at least is slated to for New Britain. 1-0 pitch misses low to Reyes. Count now 2 strikes. Mike Lee was drafted by the New York Yankees twice, once out of high school in 2005, and then once out of junior college in 2006 and didn't sign. That's the 2-0 pitch from Lee. That one misses low and inside. Count 3 strikes. Eventually he was drafted by the Boston Red Sox in the 8th round of the 2008 amateur draft. And played 8 years in the minors with the Red Sox, Braves, Diamondbacks, and Blue Jays. 3-0 pitch misses low and outside and goes to the backstop. That'll be ball 4 as the catcher Villascusa scampers back to go pick it up to prevent a continuous walk from Reyes, but he had not that on his mind. He just stood in the batter's box, took his protective gear off. Now takes his walk up towards first base. So that'll keep the inning alive for Angelo Sanco. As the Ducks, they might not have been hitting in this series, but they've drawn their lion's share of walks. New Britain, in the 6-0 victory on Friday night, ended up walking 5 Ducks batters. They only allowed 4 hits. They were all singles as well. Ducks haven't had an extra base hit since Thursday nights. First pitch on the way to Sanco. Misses high and outside. Count 1 0 strikes. Reyes on first base. Doesn't have the greatest speed, but he is 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts this year. Being held on at first base by John Griffin. Lee fires over to first, and back in with a head-first dive is Reyes safely. Lee reached as high as AAA, where he pitched a total of 3 games. 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Count now even up at 1-1. Just a beautiful Sunday afternoon for baseball here in the Hardware City, or as they call it, hard-hitting New Britain. Here's the 1-1 pitch, checked his swing, and upon appeal they say he did not go around. Count now 2 balls and a strike. Good job there by Sonko to hold up on the high fastball. That's always such a tempting pitch to go after. And that time Sonko was able to hold off and not elevate. Because even if you do make contact with that pitch, all you're going to do is pop it right up on the infield. Here's the 2-1. One misses outside. Count now 3 balls and a strike. By the way, temperature here today in New Britain, Connecticut. At first pitch, a balmy 58 degrees and white puffy cumulus clouds overhead. Lee comes to the high set up around the letters. Now the 3-1. There's a strike on the outside corner. Count now 3-2 to Angelo Sonko. Got a fastball there on 3-1, and normally you would expect the hitter to pull the trigger on that pitch, but he must have been looking middle in for something that he could drive. That just wasn't his pitch, and so now the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Elmer Reyes will have the automatic start from first, as now Griffin comes off and is no longer holding him on the base. Mark Krause in the on-deck circle. He'd be next if Sonko keeps it alive. Here's the pitch. Runner goes in there for a called strike 3, and Sonko goes down looking. 3 strikeouts for Mike Lee here in the first inning, and the Ducks go down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score between the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees.
Hey fans, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Ducks and the Bees. The Ducks were able to manage a walk in that top of the first inning, and every walk by Ducks batter this season is presented by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island offering the comprehensive quality care you need the moment you need it. City MD Urgent Care. Need a doctor? Just walk in. Rafael Perez did not walk a batter in his last start. That was against the York Revolution. He'll try and build off of some of the positive momentum that he's been starting to generate over his last couple of starts against the New Britain Bees here this afternoon. Let's get you the lineup that he's going to have to go up against. Leading off for Stan Cleburne's New Britain Bees, it'll be the shortstop Steve Carrillo. Michael Krause, the center fielder, bats second. Jovan Rosa plays third and hits third. Craig Maddox, the DH, bats fourth. Connor Bierfeld is in left field, batting fifth. John Griffin, the first baseman, bats sixth. The right fielder, Jamar Walton, bats seventh. The second baseman, Jake McGigan, bats eighth. And rounding out the lineup in the number 9 hole is the catcher, Ivan Villascusa. And so Carrillo set to dig in for the right-hand side up against Rafael Perez. Leadoff spot for New Britain usually occupied by James Skelton, but as he is the catcher, he is getting the first game of the twin bill off. The first pitch on the way from Rafael Perez is on the inside corner for a called strike, and the count 0-1 to Carrillo. Steve Carrillo hitting .181 this season without an extra base hit to his name. The 0-1 pitch from Perez. That one just missed, count even up at 1-1 strike. He had been hitting in the first 2 games of this series down in the 9 hole. Want to combine 1 for 6 in those first 2 games. Perez winds and fires out of the full windup. The pitch. One misses low, and the count now 2 balls and a strike. Rafael Perez making his 5th start of the season. 1-1 with a 5.06 earned run average and an impressive 16-4 strikeout to walk ratio. Pitch to Carrillo, lined into right field, coming on Phelan Lentini, and he makes a hit-by catch for out number 1. Good job by Lentini to track that one down on the run. 1 up and 1 set aside for Rafael Perez here in the first. Let's meet the defensive alignment for the Long Island Ducks. We've already met Phelan Lentini in right field, so go around the outfield. Delta Cleary Jr. is in center. Angelo Sonko in left. On the infield, Mark Krause plays first. Giovanni Alfonso plays second. Dan Lyons plays shortstop. Cody Puckett is over at third base. And in game 1 of the doubleheader, Alex Berg starts at catcher. First pitch on the way to Krause. Bluffs a bunt, pulls it back, and takes a called strike. The count 0-1. Michael Krause had one of the big hits, and really it was the big hit in the game Friday night. A 2-run triple in the 6th inning to put the Bees on top by his score of 4-0 at the time. This one's hit up the middle. It's played off to the left by Lyons. Throw to first in time to get Krause. So 2 up and 2 set aside here on just 6 pitches for Rafael Perez. And for him, being able to limit his pitches today is going to serve him well. He's gone 7 innings in each of his last 2 starts, though he did throw 108 pitches against York. To do so back on May 2nd, last time around on the 8th, was a little bit more efficient. Didn't crack the century mark in tossing his 7 innings at Bethpage Ballpark. So here's Jovan Rosa swinging a pink bat on Mother's Day. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Count 0-1. But in these doubleheaders, you always like to get length out of your starters, especially if you can get a complete game out of them, just to help save your bullpen a little bit, because these games can be so taxing. 0-1 pitch, swung on and fouled off by Rosa, count 0-2. Messes up things in terms of days off between appearances for relievers. And sometimes you might be asked to pitch in both games of a doubleheader like Zach Treese was earlier this season. Now the 0-2. Swinging a foul ball back over the net and into the sweet level off to our right. We'll do it again at 0-2 to Rosa. So if you can get length out of your starters, and clearly, Perez is a guy who can go 7, you could really get the benefit of an extra day and just of saving your bullpen a little bit. 0-2 pitch to Tull, and the count now 1-2. And also with that, it's always nice when you get that little 1 under your CG if you're a pitcher. You don't see too many complete games anymore, and the ones that you do see, more often than not, are these 7-inning doubleheader complete games. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed by Rosa, and he goes down for out number 3 in the inning. Rafael Perez spins a 1-2-3 inning in the first. That is the first PSEG Long Island 1-2-3 energy efficient inning of the game. With energy efficiency programs from PSEG Long Island, saving on your electric bill is also as easy as 1-2-3. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. One more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you. No scores, we head to the second in New Britain.
Hey fans, this is infielder Giovanni Alfonso, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegliny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at New Britain Stadium, set for the top of the second inning as Mark Krause digs in to take his hacks against Mike Lee. It'll be Krause, Alex Berg, and Cody Puckett due up for the Ducks. As the first pitch on the way misses low, the count 1 ball and no strikes to Mark Krause. Krause on the season hitting .267 for the Ducks. 13 runs batted in, second on the team. 1-0 misses in, the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Pair of home runs for the lefty hitting first baseman. Listed at 6'2", 245, the pitch. On the outside corner for a called strike, it's now 2-1. Mike Lee works on the extreme third base side of the rubber as he comes to the high set. Now the 2-1. Pitch swinging a ground ball hit to the right side, picked nicely on the backhand by John Griffin. He'll underhand toss to Mike Lee covering the bag at first. And a nifty play from John Griffin is able to retire Mark Krause 3-1 for the first out here in the second inning. And it's interesting, that's the first out of the game recorded by Lee. That wasn't a strikeout. Struck out 3 in the first inning around a 2-out walk to Elmer Reyes. So that'll bring up Alex Berg, hitting .277 on the season, entering the game today. 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Catcher, and the first pitch on the way from Lee. Fastball misses upstairs, count 1 ball, no strikes. Just a lazy Sunday here in New Britain, Connecticut. Beautiful day after a couple days that were not so beautiful. As the 1-0 misses inside to Berg, count now 2 balls and no strikes. And really it's just what the doctor ordered. Lights are on here at New Britain Stadium, but they're not really needed. It was a little bit overcast earlier today, and they asked for the lights to be turned on just in case. As the 2-0 in for a called strike, count now 2-1. But as the sunlight has continued to burn away some of that overcast, it's just beautiful and sunny down in the field. This is the kind of day that early season baseball was meant to be played on. 2-1 pitch. That one just missed outside. Count now 3-1 to Berg. And really, playing a doubleheader here on a Sunday, there's just something that feels right about that, you know? Single admission doubleheader, come on out to the ballpark and watch a couple games and just forget about having to go back to work tomorrow. 3-1 pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. It's now 3-2. Almost conjures up images of those old players of back in the day. Sunday doubleheaders used to be a regular thing. Not so much anymore, and I suppose for an understandable reason. With attention spans being what they are, I don't think anyone really wants to go spend 7 hours at a ballpark. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Berg goes down on strikes for the second out here in the inning. 4th strikeout of the game for Mike Lee already. 4 out of the 5 outs that he's recorded have been via the strikeout. That'll bring up Cody Puckett. 2 outs, nobody on, no score here in the top of the second inning. But that's why these 2 7-inning games that they play in a lot of the minor leagues and here in the Atlantic League, the 2-7 innings, that is just perfect. First pitch on the way to Puckett is in for a called strike. Count 0-1. Puckett hitting .274 on the season, pair of home runs, 8 runs batted in. He's walked 12 times and struck out 11. Always good when you've drawn more walks than times you've struck out. Pitch misses inside. Count now even up at a ball and a strike. We'll get you the Ducks Health Report, brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapists of the Long Island Ducks. Nolan Reimold and Keith Couch both still out for the next couple of days. 1-1 on the way. On the outside corner for a called strike to Puckett. Count now 1-2. So that's all we have to say about that. As you know, Jack Snodgrass expected back soon. Maybe as soon as the next homestand. Pitch. Swing and a miss by Puckett. And that is the third out here in the inning. 5 strikeouts for Mike Lee through the first 2 innings. An impressive display for him, and he has a 1-2-3 frame here in the second. We'll go to the bottom of this second. Still no score between the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr., and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
I'll welcome you back to New Britain Stadium here on Mother's Day, Game 1 of a doubleheader between the New Britain Bees and the Long Island Ducks. We're scoreless heading into the bottom of this second inning, and there's no better time than now to sign up the young Ducks fan in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting www.liducks.com or by calling 631-940-3825. Make sure you ask for Michelle. So Craig Maddox will lead things off as we go to the bottom of the second inning. He'll be followed up by Connor Bierfeld and John Griffin, 4, 5, and 6 in the New Britain lineup. Maddox using a pink bat as well, like his teammate Jovan Rosa in the previous inning, and the first pitch on the way is a strike called 0-1. Maddox at .225 on the season. 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 12 driven in. That's a quick adjustment of the mask for Alex Berg, and now Perez set to go. Here's the pitch. Fastball hits the mitt, but just missed outside, and the count even up at a ball and his strike. Might notice Rafael Perez got a little bit of pink accents on his shoes here on Mother's Day. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Count now 1-2. Looks like he's got some pink shoelaces to go along with some accents along the side and bottom of his spikes. Perez winds and fires the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Maddox goes down on strikes. Second strikeout of the game for Rafael Perez, and he's set down the first 4 he's faced. And you remember in his last start, Rafael Perez got off to a similarly fast start. where he faced the minimum through 5 innings back on May 8th against New York Revolution. Then he got roughed up a little bit in the 6th. Gave up 2 out of his 3 runs. Off to a fast start here as he set down the first 4, and Connor Bierfeldt strides up to the plate. First pitch on the way to Bierfeldt. Just missed a little bit low. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Bierfeldt 253 and an Atlantic League leading 6 home runs on the season, including 2 on Thursday night, one of which was a walk-off. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. The count now even at 1-1 to Bierfeldt. Bierfeldt's been generating some interest from some big league organizations. We've been calling some scouts and asking to keep an eye on and sending them to watch as he hits one on the ground towards shortstop. Backhanded by Lyons, but it goes off his glove and into left field, and we'll see what they call it. They put a hit up for the Ducks on the scoreboard. So I'm guessing they're going to call that a hit, but they just put it up on the wrong side. And now they will credit a clean hit for Connor Bierfeldt. So that'll bring up John Griffin, the man on first, first base runner of their game for the New Britain Bees. Perez working out of the stretch for the first time in the game. Bierfeldt aboard at first, 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts this year. Not a guy who runs a whole lot. First pitch on the way, misses way high and outside to Griffin. The count 1 ball and no strikes. After today's pair of games with the New Britain Bees, the Long Island Ducks will return home to Central Islip, be off tomorrow, and then start a 6-game homestand on Tuesday. It's Griffin skies one in the air to shallow center field. Back to second baseman Alfonso, and fighting the sun, he'll make the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up Jamar Walton with 2 outs and a man on first. Very efficient work for Rafael Perez so far. Just 11 pitches in the first inning. And the next pitch will be just number 20 on the game. That is unofficially, of course. Yes, the Ducks return home Tuesday, May 16th to take on the York Revolution. 6:35 p.m. at Bethpage Ballpark. First pitch to Walton, driven well out towards right field, coming on Lentini. It'll fall in front of him for a base hit. He plays on a hop, comes up throwing at third, and the throw is off the line. Bierfeldt goes first to third on the play. It's a base knock for Jamar Walton, and the Bees are threatening here with runners on the corners at 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. That was good base running by Connor Bierfeldt to turn second, pick up his third base coach and manager Stan Clyburn. He's giving him the wave around, and Lentini's got a good arm, by far the best arm of any of the 3 Ducks outfielders today. He came up firing, and if the throw was on line, would have been a close play at third, but it was up the line towards the left field side of the bag a little bit. And that allowed Bierfeldt to get in easily. Putting the pressure on the defense, it's one of those cliches that you always hear coaches talking about, putting pressure on the defense to make the perfect play. That time, Lentini couldn't. So that'll bring up Jake McGigan. First pitch to him misses low. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Perez trying to keep this one scoreless. We're tied at 0 in the bottom of the second. Cody Puckett over at third base is keeping the runner Bierfeldt close. Walton being held on by Mark Krause at first as McGigan swings and misses. Breaking ball, the count now even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 hits here in the frame for the New Britain. Only 2 hits of the ball game for either side. Perez set at the belts, and he deals the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball foul, hits off the facing of the Ducks dugout. As it looks like Dennis O'Grady kind of went scattering for a second. Now everyone all smiles as the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes to Jake McGigan. Second baseman hitting .175 with a pair of home runs on the season. So 6 runs batted in. You know we'd love to pick up a 7th here. Perez comes set, drops the hands down to the belt. Now the 1-2. Swing a line drive back to the mound. Perez knocks it down, picks it up, fires to first. That's in time to retire McGigan, and that will retire the side. Boy, McGigan hit that one right on the screws, but it goes right to the wrong place. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base in the second. No scores, we go to the third. You're listening to Long Island Ducks baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
We go to the top of the third here at New Britain Stadium. New York Sports Day is one of the largest independent New York sports news sources out there for coverage of the Long Island Ducks, Mets, Yankees, Major and Minor League Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and soccer. Visit www.nysportsday.com. New York Sports Day, your independent Gotham sports news source. Giovanni Alfonso will lead things off for the Long Island Ducks in the top of the third inning against Mike Lee. He's thrown 33 pitches, and the first pitch misses low and outside. The count 1-0 to Giovanni Alfonso. Alfonso has got the average up to 263 with his recent hot spurt. As the 1-0 pitch is in for a called strike. The count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. In fact, Alfonso has got hits in 7 straight starts. He went 0 for 2 in a game that he came in mid-game as a substitution. 1-1 pitch, chopped on the ground out towards shortstop, fielded by Steve Carrillo, who scoops and fires to first in time to get Alfonso for the first out here in the third. But Alfonso in that span is hitting .360. That's in his last 7 games started. So, again, starting to show some strong life with the bat here as his playing time has increased. That brings up Dan Lyons. Lyons has really been struggling in the early going. Has not gotten a hit now in 5 straight games after taking an 0 for Friday night. Though he did go 0 for 1. Did draw 2 walks. First pitch on the way, in for a called strike to Lyons. Count 0-1. And amazingly, that is the first pitch strike for Mike Lee today. What's amazing about that is that he struck out 5 through the first 2 1/3 innings. Pitch. This is low, and the count now even up at a ball and his strike to Dan Lyons. Lyons hitting just .169, though, on the season. It's .313 on base percentage. Lets you know that at least while the hits haven't been falling in, he's been patient. He's gotten hit by a few pitches, and he's been getting on base, to say the least. Eventually, those balls will start falling in. The 1-1 misses upstairs. Count now 2 balls in his strike. Phelan Lentini on deck for Long Island. He's 0 for 1. Looking to get another crack here as the third baseman Jovan Rosa plays on the cut of the infield grass, just his feet planted right on the lip. 2-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back to the screen. Count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lyons. Mike Lee, 30 years of age, out on the mound. Comes to the high, set now the 2-2. Just did miss outside. The count now full, 3-2. Began his collegiate career at Bellevue Community College at Bellevue, Washington. Transferred to Oklahoma City University in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Pitch, swinging a line drive, hit out towards left field, falling fast, and Connor Bierfeld will pull up and let it fall in front of him. So a base hit for Dan Lyons. That's the first hit of the game for the Long Island Ducks, and for Lyons, that one's got to feel good. Again, as we mentioned, he hadn't had a hit in 5 straight games. So perhaps that's the spark that gets Lyons steered back in the right direction. Phelan Lentini will come up, no score here in the top of the 3rd inning, 1 out. New Britain Stadium, game 1 of a doubleheader between the New Britain Bees and the Long Island Ducks on his Sunday Mother's Day. Pickoff attempted first. Lyons back in standing. Lyons a perfect 1-for-1 in stolen bases this year. And in fact, as a team, the Ducks have only been caught 3 times trying to steal. Delta Cleary Jr. twice, and Angelo Sunko once, and Sunko's was a pickoff caught stealing. So in terms of times that they've actually attempted to steal a base on a pitch, they've only been thrown out twice. First pitch to Lentini misses low. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Man at the plate, Phelan Lentini, a big reason for that. He is the most prolific base stealer on this Ducks team. And he's a perfect 15 for 15 this year. It's just mind-blowing that at age 39, he can still read a pitcher and get such a great jump. 1-0 pitch from Lee. Misses high and inside, or are they going to say foul ball? Lentini says he got hit by it. But now he's undone his batting glove, trying to show our home plate umpire in today's game, Ian Kelly, that he got hit. And, well, Kelly's not having it. Now Kevin Baez is going to come over. And Lentini didn't do the full Derek Jeter sell job on it. Which, of course, today being the day that the Yankees officially retired Jeter's number 2. I do have to give TJ credit. That was one of his most underrated attributes, was the ability to sell that he got hit by a pitch. Whether he did or not, he would do that thing where he would just turn around and start shaking his hand like it just broke into 5 pieces. And every single time he got that call. I'm just shocked more guys don't do that. Pitch to Lentini is driven well in the air out towards right field. Toward the line, Walton's going to have room to drag it down. And he makes the catch in the run before he crosses into foul territory. So Lentini is retired on the fly out. That's out number 2 here in the inning. So Lentini gave it a solid ride out towards right field, but his opposite number, Jamar Walton, was able to make the catch. That'll bring up Delta Cleary Jr. Cleary's 0 for 1 today, struck out swinging in his first trip. He struck out 5 in the first 2 innings. Has not recorded a strikeout here in the 3rd. First pitch on the way to Cleary. Breaking ball misses low and inside. Count 1 ball and no strikes. And of course now starting the second time through the order, I should say. It's always a little bit more of an advantage to the hitter, having seen the pitcher once. Lyons runs, the pitch chopped on the ground. Nice play made by Griffin to snag it above his head and throw on to first in time, or rather to step on first, in time to retire Cleary and retire the side. A good play by Griffin over at first, and we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. Still no score between the Ducks and the New Britain Bees. You're listening to the Ducks Baseball Network.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Phelan Lentini, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolette patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Pave your way.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
We go to the bottom of the third inning. Ducks fans, the final out of the top of the third was the 15th out of today's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com. Rafael Perez will go up against 9-1-2 in the New Britain Bees lineup. That's the catcher Ivan Villascusa, the shortstop Steve Carrillo, and the center fielder Michael Krause. Villascusa digs in, switch-hitting catcher. He'll bat from the right-hand side against the southpaw Rafael Perez. Villascusa seeing his first action here in this series. First pitch on the way to Perez. Misses low. The count 1 and no strikes. Villascusa, a former player manager in a couple of different leagues. It's the 1-0. He's in for a called strike. The count now even up at 1-1. He has that in common with Ducks right fielder Phelan Lentini, who was a player manager with the Sonoma Stoppers back in 2015 for half a year. But Villascusa managed a little bit in the Desert League and a little bit in the Empire League, 2 other independent leagues. As the 1-1 misses low, count now 2 balls and a strike. So Villascusa, now not in a coaching role, here with the New Britain Bees. Pitch on the way from Perez. Swung on and fouled off. Count now 2-2. Just trying to make sure that he can just enjoy playing. And that's one of the things that Lentini said kind of about his experiences as a player manager, was that while he was out in the field, it was different. It was weird. Not only did he have to be the leadoff man and the center fielder, but now he had to be thinking about pitching changes and all other kinds of things. 2-2 is fought off the fists from Villascusa, and it goes right to the second baseman, Giovanni Alfonso. He picks it out of the air for out number 1 here in the third inning. So 1 up and 1 set aside for Rafael Perez. First time through the lineup, he allowed just 2 hits and struck out 2. Didn't walk a batter. Steve Carrillo comes up for the second time. He lined out to right field in his first trip. Perez winds and fires the first pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hit to third. Gloved by Puckett. He'll fire easily across the diamond at first. The throw was off the bag, but getting the tag down on the sweet variety was Mark Krause. That retires Carrillo on just 1 pitch. So an easy start to the third inning for Rafael Perez, who's been very efficient in this game. Just 31 pitches thus far. And that's something that I'm sure everyone in the dugout, especially Kevin Baez and Billy Horn, very happy to hear. Keep the pitch count low, go deep into this game, and save the bullpen. First pitch on the way, fastball in the inside corner for a strike to Michael Krause. Count 0-1. And of course, the Ducks do have an off day tomorrow. So it's not maybe the most important thing in the world, but you'd like to make sure your bullpen can be well rested. Pitch, check swing. Did he go around on appeal? Yes, he did. Count 0-2 to Krause. It was first base umpire John LeBone making the call. It's LeBone at first, Kelly at home plate, Ian Kelly that is, and Calvin Baker, the third base umpire. Ian Kelly, the only remaining umpire from the umpiring crew from the first 2 games of this series, which had Tim McCaffrey and Anthony Inzuro. in the LeBone and Baker spots, respectively. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing a ground ball, fisted out towards shortstop. Lyons gets the knuckleball, bobbles, throws low to first, and he is going to be safe as Kraus couldn't pick it. And even if the throw was there on time, I don't think that it beats Michael Kraus anyway. And they're going to give a hit on that, I think, maybe. Nope, they will put up an error on the board. Okay. So that'll be an error against Dan Lyons, allowing Michael Kraus to reach with 2 outs. No runs, a hit and an error now for the Ducks. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the New Britain Bees. Playing the bottom of the third with no score as Jovan Rosa comes up to the plate. One of a couple of New Britain Bees players swinging a pink bat today on Mother's Day. Pickoff attempt by Perez and a good one. But back in standing was Kraus, who was not that far off the bag. Michael Kraus, 6 for 7 in stolen base attempts this year. Perez drops the hands down to the belt. Deals another pickoff attempt over to first base. And again, back in safely is Kraus. In addition to all the pink on Perez's cleats and some of the bats that New Britain Bees players are using today, looks like the rosin bag or something on the back of the mound is pink as well. Pitch, runner goes, throw down to second is in time. They got him. Berg catches Michael Kraus trying to steal second, and that will do it here for the third inning. Michael Kraus caught stealing, 2-6 to put an end to the frame. No scores. We head to the top of the fourth. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks Baseball Network.
Hey fans, this is infielder Elmer Reyes, and you're listening to Duck Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We go to the top of the fourth inning here at New Britain Stadium. No score between the Ducks and the New Britain Bees. It'll be Elmer Reyes leading things off against Mike Lee, Angelo Sonko, and Mark Kraus to follow as Lee starts his fourth inning of work. And considering that he's not fully stretched out, he's only expected to go about 4 or 5 for New Britain today. First pitch on the way to Reyes, misses outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. That was the 48th pitch of the game for Mike Lee. As we play here in the top of the fourth. Pitch to Reyes. Fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Count now even up at 1-1. Well, it's the top of the fourth inning. That means it's time for today's fourth inning trivia, where you test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. And today takes on a Mother's Day theme. A Mother's Day themed baseball question. 1-1 to Reyes. Hit on a line out towards second and picked there by McGigan. Barely had to move to snag the hard liner from Reyes, and there's one gone here in the fourth. I'll bring up Angelo Sonko. So today's question is, who is, or I suppose it should be who are, the only mother-son combination of professional baseball players. There has been one mother and son who were both professional baseball players. Who is it? There's no Ducks connection to this one. It's just a straight-up Mother's Day question. So one out. Here's the first pitch to Sonko. Popped up on the infield. Over to the left side, it's Rosa and Carrillo converging. It'll be the third baseman, Jovan Rosa, making the catch for out number 2 here in the fourth. An easy second out there, recorded by Mike Lee. But 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings of the game, still sitting on 5 here with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. That'll bring up Mark Krause, who grounded out to first base his first time up, 3-1. So we'll get you the answer to that trivia question while you ponder it. We'll get you that in the bottom of the fourth. I can tell you there has been an aunt and nephew combination of professional baseball players. It's the first pitch on the way to Mark Krause, a fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. Of course, that was back in the All-American Girls Baseball League that formed up right around World War II time, ran through about 1954. First pitch on the way, or rather the 0-1 to Krause, misses low. Count now even up at 1-1. But that aunt-nephew combination was Bill Lee, who had a 13-year career with the Boston Red Sox and Montreal Expos, and was one of the most colorful guys to ever don a uniform. As 1-1 misses low and in, it's now 2-1. Bill Lee, his aunt Annabelle Lee, pitched a perfect game in the AAGBPL, which is quite the abbreviation. 2-1 was fouled back by Krause. Count now even up at 2-2 strikes. She was an outstanding pitcher. Bill Lee was quite the pitcher as well, but was more known for being a little bit of an oddball. Was an all-star in 1973, was Lee, and he also had a variation of the Ephus pitch that he called the Leafus. 2-2 to Krause, swinging a drive hit in the air to center field. Crossing over towards left center, it'll be Connor Bierfeldt making the catch, and that will retire the side here in the fourth. 1-2-3 inning for Mike Lee. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still no score between the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees. You're listening to the Ducks Baseball Network.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Nolan Reimold, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
We go to the bottom of the fourth inning at New Britain Stadium. It's a scoreless tie in Game 1 of a doubleheader between the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees. Joe Vasile here with you as Rafael Perez gets set to face Jovan Rosa, Craig Maddox, and Connor Bierfeldt. That's 3, 4, and 5 of the New Britain lineup to start things off in the fourth. It was Rosa who was at the plate when Michael Krause was caught stealing to end the third. With Rafael Perez and Mike Lee locked in a good pitcher's duel here today as Rosa digs in. Also in this bottom of the fourth inning, we will give you the answer to today's fourth inning trivia. round number 1, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. More of a baseball as a whole question today with a Mother's Day theme. We'll remind you of the question, which was, there's been one mother-son combo in professional baseball. Who is it? Both the mother and the son, professional baseball players. First pitch on the way, misses low to Jovan Rosa. The count 1 ball and no strikes. On the lefty, Rafael Perez spent from 2005 to 2012 with the Cleveland Indians, pitching out of their bullpen. As the 1-0 pitch is grounded foul at the third base line, count even up at a ball and a strike. And Perez was a guy who, at one point, was one of the most dominating lefty setup men in Major League Baseball, to the point where Peter Gammons called him arguably the best left-handed reliever on the planet. Pitch to Rosa, swinging a drive, hit out towards left center field, sending back Cleary to the warning track. He makes the catch, couple steps in front of the warning track in center. Delta Cleary Jr. just so smooth out there in center field, and that's out number 1 here in the 4th inning. So that'll bring up Craig Maddox, who struck out his first time up, one of 2 strikeout victims for Rafael Perez thus far. Perez has thrown just 38 pitches in a very efficient outing, no more than 14 in any given inning. Working quickly, here's the first pitch on the way to Maddox. Swinging a line drive, hit to center field, but right at Delta Cleary Jr. Takes a couple steps back and makes the catch for out number 2 here in the 4th inning. So 2 up and 2 set aside on flyouts to the Ducks center fielder. So let's answer that trivia question now that you've had some time to stew over it. The answer is Casey Candelli and Helen Callahan. Helen Callahan was one of the all-time great players, and many say the best player in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. She won a couple of batting titles and is quite the player. If you look her up and you look her story up, it's really quite amazing. The first pitch on the way to Connor Bierfeld is in for a called strike. The count 0-1. And Helen Callahan was the player who ended up being the inspiration for the 1992 movie A League of Their Own, which was a fictionalized version of that league. A 1 pitch in for a called strike to Connor Bierfeld. Count 0-2. But there's characters loosely based on her and her teammates and such. Perez winds and fires the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Bierfeld goes down on strikes. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Rafael Perez, and the Bees are down quietly here in the 4th. Talk more about Helen Callahan and her son Casey Candelli after this. No score through 4 in New Britain.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
And welcome you back to New Britain Stadium. Joe Vasile here with you as we start the top of the 5th inning. Still scoreless On a beautiful day for baseball, game 1 of a doubleheader as Mike Lee heads back out to the mound. He'll face Alex Berg, Cody Puckett, and Giovanni Alfonso. That's 6, 7, and 8 in the Ducks lineup as Lee comes to the high set, working exclusively from the stretch. And the first pitch to Berg is swung on and missed. The count no balls and 1 strike. Just 1 hit for the Ducks so far. It was a third-inning single from Dan Lyons. He's due up 4th here in this inning as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Count 0-2 to Berg. The Bees with just 2 hits to their name. They've also had a man on base via an error. Rafael Perez has not issued a walk. Mike Lee has walked 1. Not a lot of base runners in this game. That's the point. Here's the 0-2 to Berg. Now it misses, low and outside. The count now 1-2 to the Ducks catcher. Fancy could warm up with a cup of Hot Hampton Coffee Company gourmet coffee, available at concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Regular and decaf, Hampton Coffee Company is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Pitch to Berg, swung on and lined out to left center field. That'll get down for a base hit and head up the gap as it's cut off by Connor Bierfeld. A wide turn for Berg, and he'll be chased back into first as Bierfeld had a strong throw back into the diamond. So Berg, moored with a inning leading off single here in the 5th, which is a very clunky way of putting it, as the Ducks have the leadoff man on for the first time in this game. That'll bring up Cody Puckett, who's 0 for 1 with his strikeout today. But you can visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com, or you can visit their cafes in the Hamptons, or you can pick some up at Bethpage Ballpark next time you come out, which I'm sure will be on Tuesday. Puckett skies the first pitch in the air to center field. Coming in, Michael Kraus makes the catch. It's out number 1 here in the 5th. Yes, the Ducks return home on Tuesday after this 4-game trip to New Britain, Connecticut. They'll start a new 3-game series with the York Revolution on Tuesday. And that is one of my favorite promotions of the year. And doesn't matter where it happens, I love it every time because it is Bark in the Park night. And in addition to baseball, there are just dogs everywhere. And how can you not love that? As the first pitch to Giovanni Alfonso misses inside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. You can get your tickets for Bark in the Park night. And get your Pooch Pass to bring your Pooch into the stadium by going to liducksgroups.com and use the password Pooch, P-O-O-C-H. 1-0 to Alfonso, who's hit over the head of the third baseman Rosa and into left field for a base hit. So a pair of hits here for the Ducks with 1 out in the 5th inning. Starting to show some signs of life on offense. I'll bring up Dan Lyons, and it's going to bring out the catcher Ivan Villascusa. Go have a chat with Mike Lee. So it's Berg on second, Alfonso in first as Lyons comes up to the plate. But that Tuesday game is also, in addition to Bark of the Park night, it is also a 2 for Tuesday, which means if you're not going to bring your dog out, you could still participate in some great deals. You go to liducks.com, you click Buy Tickets Now, and at checkout, insert the promo code BOGO, B-O-G-O, and you can get 2 for 1 tickets. So no excuse to not come out on Tuesday, 6:35 p.m. start. First pitch to Dan Lyons, in for a called strike, count 0-1. I'll be there. That's all you really need, right? Actually, maybe I shouldn't say that because that might drive some of you away. Berg at second and Alfonso at first as Lee comes set. Long look back at Berg, and now the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, lifted foul down the first base line. Count 0-2. Lands off a seat over in the upper seating bowl section. The main concourse here at New Britain Stadium is down below the seating, and it's kind of all enclosed. That's where all your concession stands and restrooms and such are located. Then there's an upper concourse. You come up some steps, They also have handicapped lifts. But you come up some steps, and then there's kind of a seating area concourse that splits the two levels of seating in half. As the 0-2 to Lions misses outside, it's now 1-2. Down below that first concourse, there's, we'll call it 9 rows of seating. And then above, there's about 15 to 20. Didn't take the time to count. All in total, New Britain Stadium seats 6,100. The 1-2. Slider missed outside, and Lyons was able to lay off. Well, you could tell that he was thinking about swinging at it initially. Count even up at 2. Most fans today down in that lower section of seating. Also some up here in the suites up top. This is the oldest operational stadium in the Atlantic League. Pitch on the way to Lions misses low and outside. Count now full at 3-2. So we'll see if the runners are off and running here on 3-2. It'll be Berg off seconds, Alfonso off first. You'll want to stay out of the inning-ending double play. And Lyons has only struck out 13 times this year. Pitch, runners stay put, and Lyons fouls it back. Do it again at 3-2. New Britain Stadium has been the home of baseball in one form or another since it opened in 1996. Played host to the New Britain Rockcats, a Double-A team in the Eastern League from 96 to 2015. And then, starting last year, to the New Britain Bees here in the Atlantic League, as Lee lines and looks back to first. Or rather to second to chase the runner back. So we'll do it again here, 3-2 to Lions. The pitch misses low and outside for ball 4. So Dan Lyons draws a walk for the Ducks. That's another walk for Long Island Ducks, brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. Over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor, just walk in. And that's going to draw a visit out to the mound here from Sean Gilblair. Blair, both a pitcher and an assistant pitching coach here for this team. So the base is now loaded with 1 out. And top of the 5th inning, still scoreless between the Ducks and the Bees. But New Britain Stadium kind of came out of a revision among ballpark standards for the minor leagues in the early 1990s. And basically, there have been minor league baseball here in New Britain for decades, about 50 years. There's the history of baseball in New Britain, and the Rockcats at the time were still playing over at Beehive Field, which is adjacent here to New Britain Stadium and is now just a high school field. It's just very tiny, and it was only a 4,000 seat capacity at the time, which when they went through these new standards, you needed to have 6,000 seats as a minimum to maintain a Double-A franchise. So basically, what they had to do was build a whole new stadium to keep up so they could keep the team. First pitch to Phelan Lentini, misses low and outside. They count 1 ball and no strikes. It's Berg on third, Alfonso on second. Dan Lyons at first base. So they erected New Britain Stadium. The Rockcats played here for about 20 years. Said, we want a new stadium. And Hartford said, we'll build one for you. The 0-1 pitch to Lentini is in for a called strike. The count now 1-1. And so Dunkin' Donuts Park, after about 14 months worth of delays, finally opened up this year. After the former Rockcats, now the Hartford Yard Goats, had to play all of last year as a road team because it was just an absolute disaster getting their stadium finished. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit to first. A diving stop by Griffin. He steps on first for one. Throw home, not in time. It was a tag play at the plate, and the throw came in a little bit high to Ivan Villascusa, and Alex Berg was able to slide in with the game's first run. The Ducks lead at 1-0 on the RBI groundout from Phelan Lentini. And for the Ducks, that is the first run they've scored since the 9th inning of Thursday's game, snapping a streak of 14 innings in a row without a run. The other runners move up as well. It's Lyons down to second, Alfonso up to third. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position for Delta Cleary Jr. Ducks with a 1-0 lead in the top of the 5th. Remember, this is just a 7-inning game, so we are late in this contest. First pitch on the way to Cleary, breaking ball in for a called strike, count 0-1. But by all accounts, Dunkin' Donuts Park, a very nice park, about 20-25 minutes away from here, out in Hartford, Connecticut. The Bees moved in here and have been successful. Pitch on the outside corner, the count 0-2. And I gotta say, the Bees have done a wonderful job in terms of making this ballpark their own. You go down to that lower concourse and it's all painted in black and yellow, and it looks like the stripes on a bee, and they've done a very nice job at this ballpark. Big tip of the hat to everyone involved with the Bees for doing what they do here. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed by Delta Cleary Jr. He actually foul-tipped it into the mid of Ivan Villascusa. 6th strikeout on the game for Mike Lee, and that does it for the Ducks in the 5th. But they score 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and the Ducks leave 2 on base. It's 1-0 Long Island as we head to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to the Ducks Baseball Network.
Hey fans, this is Yuri De La Rosa, left-hander pitcher, and you are listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by ClearVision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolette patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Pave your way.
Well, we go to the bottom of the fifth inning here at New Britain Stadium. 1-0 the score in favor of the Long Island Ducks, thanks to an RBI groundout from Phelan Lentini, which brought home Alex Berg with the game's first run. Now Rafael Perez back out to the mound. He's thrown just 42 pitches through 4 innings, allowing 2 hits, striking out 3, and he'll go up against John Griffin, Jamar Walton, and Jake McGigan for the New Britain Bees here in the bottom of the fifth. We'll also check scores from around the Atlantic League here in this inning. As the tall first baseman Griffin digs in, he's 0 for 1 today, popped up to second base his first trip. So Griffin hitting .273 on the season entering play today. Digs in with his right foot towards the back of the box, tips home plate with the end of his bat, and gets set for pitch number 1 from Rafael Perez. One's low, goes through the wickets of everyone and all the way to the backstop. Count 1 ball and no strikes to Griffin. Elsewhere around the Atlantic League today, they're in the bottom of the 6th of Game 1 of a doubleheader in Southern Maryland. It's the Blue Crabs 3 and the Somerset Patriots 3. The game got underway at 1 o'clock. Gonna slog it along there in the bottom of the 6th. We're in the bottom of the 7th in York, where the Bridgeport Bluefish and the York Revolution are only going to play 1 today. As the 1-0 misses low to Griffin, it's now 2 balls and no strikes. That game tied at 1 at Peoples Bank Park. Perez winds and fires. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one dots the inside corner. Count now even up at 2 balls and a strike. This is just the third 2-ball count that Rafael Perez has been in today. 2-ball, not 3-ball, 2-ball. Pitch. Miss low, check swing on appeal to first. Griffin did not go around, and now it is the first 3-ball count of the day for Perez, which is quite impressive. It's one of the reasons why he's been able to be so efficient, just throwing strike after strike and getting the Bees down early in counts. 3-1 to Griffin. That one misses low for ball 4. First walk of the game issued for Rafael Perez, and leadoff man on base for the Bees here in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's that old adage that leadoff walks will come back to bite you more often than they don't. Perez hoping that doesn't hold true here in this bottom of the 5th, as the Ducks lead the Bees 1-0 in Game 1 of a doubleheader. We get back to the scoreboard. The Sugarland Skeeters, the Lancaster Barnstormers, getting set to have their first pitch, scheduled about 13 minutes from now, as the ball's hit on the ground at first base, past a diving Mark Krause, and into right field for a base hit by Jamar Walton. Walton now 2 for 2 today. Couple hits off the lefty, Rafael Perez. Runners now on first and second with nobody out for New Britain, as they're starting to threaten with one of their best opportunities here in the game. Jake McGigan comes up to the plate. Was also at the plate back in the 2nd inning when New Britain had runners on first and third and 2 outs. He had a comebacker to Perez, a line drive that he ended up hitting off of his glove. And then Perez was able to get it here. McGigan squares around to bunt and pops it up foul behind home plate. That one will get over the net. Count 0-1 to the second baseman for the New Britain Bees. Ducks playing in on the grass. The corner infielders, Cody Puckett at third, Mark Krause at first. Expecting the bunt here from Jake McGigan. Native Boston, Massachusetts. Was originally born in Hingham, Massachusetts. This pitch to McGigan is fouled off of the first base side. Count 0-2. Which is also the hometown of Long Island Ducks relief pitcher Jim Fuller. Shares that in common. Played collegiately at Harvard University. I hear that's a pretty good school. Now making a go of it in the professional ranks. This is third professional season. Second with the Bees. Do it again at 0-2 to McGigan. John Griffin stands at second base. He walked to lead off the inning. Jamar Walton then singled. He's at first. 1-0 Long Island here with nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. Birds a-chirping here at New Britain Stadium today. As the 0-2 pitch comes in and is swung on and missed down in the dirt. Berg will pick it up. No need for a tag as McGigan was not able to advance with first base being occupied. That's the first out here in the fifth inning. Fourth strikeout of the game for Rafael Perez. We'll also bring up Ivan Villascusa. Second time he's been up today, lined out to second base his first time up. Back on like a little bit of a humpback line drive that he hit off the fists. Giovanni Alfonso was able to snare out of the air. Ground ball here from Perez. Could potentially get the Ducks out of the inning if they're able to turn two. And for years in the major leagues, ground balls were Rafael Perez's forte. First pitch on the way to Villascusa. This is inside. Count 1 no strikes. A ground ball percentage of over 50% across his years in the major leagues. And well, the major league average is about 44. And Perez at his peak was up around 54. That's how much of an extreme ground ball pitcher he was. Pitch in for a strike. Count now even up at a ball and a strike. And that's just all batted balls, not just ground outs. So even balls that get through for hits, still tabulated that way. There's 3 ground ball outs for Perez today, 4 strikeouts. 5 flyouts. The pitch, swinging a fly ball, lifted in the air to center field, chasing Cleary back, still going back now, circling around it, and making the catch out in left center field alley. That's going to be out number 2. So Villascusa flies out to center field for the second out here in the inning. I'll bring up Steve Carrillo. And it's interesting with Perez, who, as we mentioned earlier, was more of a setup guy when he was in the major leagues, now acting as a starting pitcher. He started a little bit in the Mexican League in 2015 and was an all-star in the Mexican League. And now trying to make his comeback as a starting pitcher. Which reminds me of another former Long Island Duck, left-handed pitcher. First pitch on the way, misses upstairs. Count 1 no strikes to Steve Carrillo, the shortstop, who's 0 for 2 today. As Rich Hill was a reliever early on in his career in the major leagues and came over to the Ducks as he was trying to make a comeback as a starting pitcher. Only needed to pitch 2 games on Long Island, including one where he struck out 14 before he got signed by the Boston Red Sox. Pitch by Carrillo, hit in the air to shallow right field. Going back, Alfonso tries to make a leaping grab, and he can't do it. Coming in his score from second base is John Griffin. It's run scoring, I'm going to say hits, for the New Britain Bees and Steve Carrillo, and we're tied at 1. I'm pretty sure that should have been Phelan Lentini's ball coming back, but looked like Lentini might not have gotten there. He was going to need to dive or slide to try and get it, and it was going to take Alfonso going back and needing to make a great play. And he just wasn't able to do it. He got to the spot, leaped up in the air, and had it tip off his glove, and it will be an RBI single for Steve Carrillo to tie the game at 1. Can't really blame Alfonso for that one. It was just a tough ball to get to, and he did what he thought he had to do. Pickoff attempted first, Carrillo back in safely. So the game now tied at 1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. A run, 3 hits, and an error for Long Island. A run, 4 hits, and no errors for New Britain. As Griffin came around to score on the play, the leadoff walk for Perez. There you go, came back to bite him. Pitch. One misses upstairs. The count 1 no strikes. As we said, Jamar Walton advanced to third on the play. That's where he stands now. presenting the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the fifth of a 7-inning game. Pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. The count now 2 balls and no strikes to Michael Kraus. Kraus 0 for 2 today, grounded out to shortstop and then reached on an error before he was raced on a caught stealing on the first pitch to Jovan Rosa. Ahead here in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Perez likes to pitch backwards, but we'll see if he comes in with a fastball. He does, and it's whacked foul up the third base line as Kraus was a little off balance on that one. Count now 2-1. The New Britain Bees wearing their Hardware City jerseys today, the yellow tops with Hardware City across the front. Of course, one of the nicknames here for New Britain, Connecticut, as the Stanley Black & Decker Corporation, located here in the city. The 2-1. We'll have to wait for a pickoff attempt at first. Back in was Carrillo safely. Steve Carrillo just 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts this year, but he also hasn't been on base a whole lot. Perez slowing down the tempo with runners on base. Comes set at the belt. Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch, darting down and out of the strike zone by Perez, and he got Kraus to swing over the top of it. Counts now even up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game tied at 1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Each team has struck for their run in this 5th inning. This is by far the most strenuous inning for Rafael Perez. Hadn't thrown more than 14 pitches in an inning before this one. Getting up towards 20 now. 2-2 pitch in there for a called strike 3, and Kraus goes down on strikes looking. 5 strikeouts in the game for Rafael Perez, but the New Britain Bees strike for 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and they leave a man on base. It's all knotted up at 1 as we head to the 6th. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tim Melville, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
We head to the top of this 6th inning. Game tied at 1 between the New Britain Bees and the Long Island Ducks. New pitcher in for New Britain. We'll go up against Elmer Reyes, Angelo Sanko, and Mark Kraus, and it is a lefty, Brandon Fry, making his 3rd appearance in this series. He pitched Thursday night, Friday night, and now in Game 1 of the doubleheader here on Sunday. Technically 3 straight games that Fry has appeared in, albeit with the rain out yesterday where the game got postponed to be the 2nd game of the doubleheader today. We did have that day off in between. So Mike Lee's night is done. We'll get you his final line here in just a moment. As Elmer Reyes digs in, Fry dangles the arm and gets set for the first pitch here of the top of the 6th inning. This is low, and the count 1 ball and no strikes to Elmer Reyes. Reyes 0 for 1 today. Drew a walk back in the first inning and lined out to second base. His last trip up in the fourth, that was both against Mike Lee. It was the 1-0 from Fry. Swing a line drive hit over the head of the second baseman McGigan and into right center field for a base hit. So the team's leading hitter, Elmer Reyes, at .319 entering play today, gets himself a base hit. Fourth of the game for Long Island, and that'll bring up Angelo Sunko with a man on first and nobody out here in the sixth. Final line for Mike Lee, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, which was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. As Fry comes set, the first pitch on the way to Angelo Sunko, checked his swing and ended up fouling it off. Count 0-1. All popped in and out of the mitt of Ivan Villascusa, the catcher. So Lee turns in 5 solid innings in his second start of the season. Hands the ball over here to Brandon Fry. Lefty-lefty matchup, as will be the next batter with Mark Krause on deck. It's the 0-1 pitch to Sunko. Misses, and the count now 1-1. Sunko at .274 in the season, but 0 for 2 today. As Fry comes set, and now the 1-1. Swing a line drive, hit to left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Piece of hitting by Angelo Sunko going to the opposite field. Picking up a base hit, and it's back-to-back hits off Brandon Fry to lead things off in the 6th inning for the Long Island Ducks. Fry in the game on Friday night faced Reyes, Sunko, and Krause, along with Delta Cleary Jr. And he faced those same 4 batters on Thursday night. So now for Reyes, Sunko, and Krause at least, this is the 3rd time they've gone up against Brandon Fry in as many games. Fry's got the best of him the first time and the second, but now the Ducks starting to get through him here this 3rd time as the first pitch is in for a strike, count 0-1. Mark Krause 0 for 2 against Mike Lee today. Grounded out to first and flew out to left. Here's the pitch. Swing a line drive, hit down the left field line, and that one is going to hook foul. Go over towards the Ducks bullpen. The count 0-2 to Mark Krause. We were talking earlier in this game, as it is Mother's Day, about the only mother-son combination in professional baseball. Helen Callahan, who was a standout in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, including leading the league in hitting twice. And her son, Casey Candelli, played 13 years in the major leagues from 1986 through the late 90s. 0-2 pitch to Krause, misses down in the dirt, count now 1-2. Helen Callahan, as we were talking about a little bit earlier in the game, was the inspiration for the 92 film A League of Their Own, and they say that the Dottie Henson character was loosely based against her, but with some major things changed as Krause lines a base hit into right field, being waved around third as Reyes. Here comes the throw from Walton. It comes into the middle of the diamond. It's an RBI single for Mark Krause, and the Ducks with back-to-back-to-back hits off of Brandon Fry have taken the lead back at a score of 2-1. Boy, Fry is just not fooling these Ducks batters at all, and B's manager, Stan Kleburn, has had enough. He makes the signal out to the bullpen, so we've got a pitching change. We'll take a step aside and come back, let you know all about the new pitcher. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks Baseball Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dennis O'Grady,
and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, a new pitcher in the game for the New Britain Bees is a right-hander, Nate Rowe. Nate Rowe into the game. He pitched on Thursday night, and for Mr. Rowe, on the season, this will be his 10th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 2.51 ERA, 14 and a third innings pitched, 9 hits, 14 strikeouts, and 4 walks for the former starting pitcher, now turned reliever with the Bees. Alex Berg will strut up to the plate with runners on first and second and nobody out. A run already home here for Long Island. They lead the Bees 2-1 here in the top of the 6th. Follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition, as the pitch from Rowe goes off the glove of the catcher via Scusa to the backstop, and that'll allow Sonko to move down to third and Kraus up to second. What should be called a wild pitch there for Nate Rowe, allowing the runners to move up. And that is the last thing that you needed, is on the very first pitch, a wild pitch to advance the runners up to second and third, where now Alex Berg can do a little more damage. Berg, 4 doubles, 3 home runs on this season. Ducks have hit 19 home runs as part of the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. They bring the infield in, and now the pitch. Misses inside. It's now 2-0. Stan Kleber not shy about bringing the infield in. He did it in the first inning of the game on Thursday. The Ducks ended up getting a run out of it. Now Alex Berg trying to cash in on an opportunity here to poke one through. 2-0 pitch. Fastball in at the knees for a called strike, count 2-1. Rowe coming in out of the bullpen, not throwing a strike on either of his first 2 pitches. I might suspect that Berg was taking all the way there. Wait until he shows you that he can throw a strike. Don't help him out. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Count now even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Ducks catcher. Berg 1 for 2 today, singled and scored back in the 5th. Fans trying out a Let's Go Bees chant as Rowe takes an extraordinarily long look in at Ivan Villascusa. And now he gets set. The 2-2. Fastball missed outside. The count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Alex Berg. Much like at Bethpage Ballpark, the bullpens here at New Britain Stadium are located behind the outfield walls, out of sight. 3-2 pitch, misses low and inside. That's ball 4. And Alex Berg will head on down to first with a walk as Nate Rowe loses him. The bases are loaded with nobody out for Long Island. Run already home here in the 6th. That'll bring up Cody Puckett. But I say that because through 5 innings, Rafael Perez is at just 62 pitches. Although the Bees did get to him a little bit in the 5th. He threw 20 pitches there. So you wonder how much longer of a leash Kevin Baez is going to have with Rafael Perez, especially if this is just a 1 or 2 run game. First pitch to Puckett, chopped on the ground to third. Fielded by Rosa in fair territory. He comes home for 1, and that is all they will get. But a good heads-up play by Jovan Rosa to cut down the lead runner Angelo Sonko heading for home. That'll be the first out in the inning. So Puckett reaches first base on the 5-2 fielder's choice. That'll bring up Giovanni Alfonso as Alex Berg heads down to second, Mark Krause to third. Bases remain loaded for Alfonso, who's 1 for 2 today and has been the hottest hitter in the Ducks lineup over the past week. Now they move the infield back, at least the middle infield back, to play in double play depth. First pitch on the way to Alfonso, misses low and outside, count a ball and no strikes. Corner infielders, Jovan Rosa at third, John Griffin at first, playing right on the lip of the grass, still in. Rowe comes to the high set. Now the 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back to the backstop and into the protective netting, and the count now even up at a ball and a strike. Ducks 2, Bees 1 with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Game was scoreless until the top of the 5th, where the Ducks scored a run on an RBI ground out from Phelan Lentini. Bees answered with a run in the bottom of the inning. 1-1, swung on and missed by Alfonso. Count now 1-2. And the Ducks' 3 straight hits off of Brandon Fry to start things here in the top of the 6th led to a run. Fry came out of the game before recording an out. Now Nate Rowe, after walking Alex Berg, his first assignment, got the fielder's choice. 1-2 Alfonso, fouled back to the screen. Do it again at 1-2. Rough go for the Ducks here as of late. After sweeping that 4-game series on the road at York, the team is just 1 win over the past now 8 days. 1-2 pitch misses low and outside. Count now 2-2 to Alfonso. Ended up getting swept by York. Or rather, Southern Maryland, pardon me, and then lost 2 of 3 to York. The last homestand, as the 2-2 is swung on and missed by Alfonso. That's strike 3. First strikeout for Rose, second out of the inning. And the 7th overall for Bees pitching. That'll bring up Dan Lyons. Lyons having himself a nice day at the plate, 1 for 1. He's also drawn a walk. He's now reached base in 4 straight plate appearances, going back to Friday night's game, where he walked in his last 2 plate appearances, and now the single and the walk here in game number 1 today. Second baseman Jake McGigan came in, had a couple of words for Nate Rowe. Not charge a timeout on that one. As Mark Krause at third base, still the responsibility of Brandon Fry. And Alex Berg at second is also the responsibility of Brandon Fry, despite not having faced him because of the fielder's choice that Puckett grounded into that erased Sonko, one of Fry's base runners. Now Alex Berg becomes Fry's responsibility. Pitch to Dan Lyons, in for a called strike, count 0-1. So you can't quite close the book on Fry yet. Allowed 3 hits, and as of right now, 1 run, but could potentially be 3 when we're all said and done. Didn't walk anyone, didn't record an out. Rowe comes to the high set, the 0-1 pitch. Lyons spanks it foul down the right field line and over towards the carousel. Count 0-2. Bases still loaded, as they have been for the Ducks since there were nobody out. It's Krause on third, Berg on second, Cody Puckett on first. 2-1, Ducks on top here in the top of the 6th. Lyons rests the bat on his back shoulder as Rowe finally comes set. Now the pitch. Swing a line drive, hit down the right field line, falling fast and slicing, but that one will go foul. By a matter of about 6 feet, Dan Lyons made a bid to loop one in down the right field line, but just couldn't. So we'll keep it going here. No balls and 2 strikes to Dan Lyons. Rowe pitched a little bit with New Britain last year. Also spent a lot of time in the Can-Am League in his professional career. This now his 5th professional season. Rowe comes set. Takes a look at Kraus at third. Now deals. Misses high and inside. The count 1-2 to Lyons. Lyons raising that 169 batting average a little bit today. And again, hopefully the start of the turnaround for Lyons. As I talked with Kevin Baez in the pregame show about how just it seemed like there were about 4 or 5 key players all going through a slump at the same time. If they can all bust out at the same time, that'd be pretty special. 1-2 misses low. Count now 2-2. Lyons at least showing signs of starting to come around. Mark Kraus, 1 for 3 with an RBI today, stands on third base. Valent Lentini, Delta Cleary Jr., again, both showing signs of coming around. Lentini with an RBI in today's game. Now the pitch to Lyons, runs up high and hits him on the shoulder. That's going to bring in a run. That is a painful way to drive in a run. And it's now 3-1 in favor of Long Island. Well, that's taken one for the team. If you're Dan Lyons, it's the Ducks, just needing to get a run in however you can, and you know what? You got to get hit. Just got to kind of grin and bear it sometimes. First pitch on the way to Lentini. Breaking ball misses outside. It's 1-0. So again, Kraus comes in to score the run. Berg at third base, still the responsibility of Brandon Fry, so you got to keep his book open so far. Even though the last batter he faced was Kraus. Now the 1-0. Lentini swings and fouls it off on the first base side. Count even up at 1-1. If a ball can find a gap off the bat of Lentini, the Ducks can break this one open, leading by 2 in the top of the 6th inning of a 7-inning scheduled contest. Game 1 of 2 here today. In New Britain, Game 2 will begin approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of today's game. We'll have that one here on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network as well. It's the 1-1 fouled off by Lentini. Count now a ball and 2 strikes. For Lentini, the RBI his last time up was his 4th of the season. 6 doubles for the 39-year-old right fielder. Go along with his 15 stolen bases. Rowe comes set, a look at third. The pitch. Swinging a high Baltimore chop that comes back to the mound. Rowe waits for it to come down. Throw to first in time to get Lentini. And that will retire the side here in the 6th. But the Ducks score 2 runs here in the frame. They got the 2 runs on just 2 hits, a walk and a hit batsman. There were no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Ducks 3 and the New Britain Bees 1.
Hey fans, this is infielder Mark Kraus, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Pave your way.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-1 the score in favor of the Long Island Ducks. Rafael Perez back out on the bump for Long Island, starting his 6th inning of work. He's thrown just 62 pitches through 5, but he did give up a run on a couple of hits in his last inning. So again, we'll see how long of a leash Kevin Baez is willing to give Rafael Perez here in this inning. And the reason I say that is because generally in a doubleheader, you don't want to go to your bullpen too early in Game 1 because who knows what happens in Game 2, and you want to make sure that you have enough relievers setting up for your games for the rest of the week. But the Ducks are in the unique position of having 16 pitchers on their roster, including 11 relievers. And with that being said, they had a day off yesterday after the postponement. They have a day off tomorrow because they just have a scheduled day off. And so there are some pitchers who haven't pitched in 5-6 days that you want to get in and have them get some work today just so they could stay sharp and not be laid off for too long. First pitch to Jovan Rosa, misses inside. Count 1-0 strikes. It'll be Rosa here in the bottom of the 6th, followed by Craig Maddox and Connor Bierfeld. 3, 4, and 5 in the New Britain lineup. Perez winds and fires the 1-0 pitch. Misses low. Count now 2 balls and a strike. Perez, with nobody on base, works fast. With runners on, a little bit more deliberate. Stares over the top of his red glove in at Alex Berg, who hangs the signs. Now the 2-0. One skips up, and the count now 3 balls and no strikes. Perez has walked 1 in this game. That was John Griffin to lead off the 5th inning. Griffin later came around to score the lone B run of the game on an RBI single from Steve Carrillo. And at the time, tied the game up at 1. Perez kicks and deals the 3-0. Right down Broadway with a fastball. The count now 3-1. Rosa hitting .259 on the season for New Britain. But that .259 average trails only John Griffin for the team lead with players who are regulars. Pitch, Rosa swings it, drives it deep to left field. If it's fair, it's gone, but it is foul. Jovan Rosa absolutely crushed that 3-1 offering deep down the left field line, but was just a skosh early. The count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But New Britain as a team hitting just .223, which is last among Atlantic League clubs. Here's the 3-2. That one misses low in the dirt for ball 4. So Perez loses him after falling behind 3-0, getting back to 3-2. Walks Jovan Rosa to lead things off here in the 6th inning, and that'll bring up Craig Maddox. Maddox 0 for 2 today, struck out swinging his first time up, and is also flown out to center field. Perez has been getting a lot of outs in the air today, also a lot of strikeouts. 5 strikeouts, 6 flyouts, and 4 ground ball outs. That'll bring Billy Horn, Ducks pitching coach, out to the mound to talk with Rafael Perez. Ducks will use their first charge timeout of the contest, and now Berg and Horn will have an extended chat on the way back towards home plate before Horn makes a right turn. Has a couple of words for home plate umpire Ian Kelly. So Maddox up at the plate, 3-1 the score in favor of the Long Island Ducks as we play in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody out. Rafael Perez coming set. Quick look over at first. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss by Maddox, and the count 0-1. Rafael Perez out on the mound for the Ducks. Tall pitcher, 6'3", 195 pounds. Makes his home in Freeport, New York. And he actually moved to Freeport back when he was with the Indians. He was originally from the Dominican Republic. As Maddox lines this one into right field for a base hit. Station to station as Rosa heads up to second base, and Maddox is aboard at first with his single. 5th hit of the day for New Britain. I'll bring up Connor Bierfeld. Moved out to Freeport where he's made his home, now pitching for the Ducks. Just a quiet guy who just very businesslike in his attitude, and That's going to be all for him here today. Kevin Baez does not have the long leash. He does go out and make a call to the bullpen, and we'll take a step aside and let you know about the new pitcher. Runners on first and second, no outs in the bottom of the sixth. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks Baseball Network. It's the Ducks 3 and the Bees 1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dennis O'Grady, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Long Island Ducks make a pitching change, and Zach Treese will be the new arm on the mound for Kevin Baez. First time we've seen Treese in 4 days. When we last saw him, he was getting a win for the Ducks in the series finale with York. He went an inning and a third in that game, gave up a hit, no runs, and no walks. Recorded one strikeout overall on the season. Zach Treese is going to be making appearance number 12, which leads the team. He's 2-1 with a 3.65 earned run average. We'll have to contend with Connor Bierfeld with nobody out. Runners on first and second here in the bottom of the sixth inning. It's the Ducks 3 and the New Britain Bees 1, but Bierfeld's a guy at the plate who could change that with one swing of the bat. He had 2 home runs, remember, back on Thursday, including the walk-off shot in the bottom of the ninth. Checks his swing at the first pitch and fouls it back to the backstop. Count 0-1. But Treese on for the Ducks, 6'3", 195 pounds, out of Hot Springs, Arkansas, the hometown of former President of the United States, Bill Clinton. Treese set the 0-1. This is outside. The count even up at a ball in his strike. And was talking with Treese about Hot Springs, and he brought up that that's where Clinton was from, and that actually his grandmother went to elementary school with Bill Clinton. How about that? That's pretty cool. As Bierfeld hits one high and foul down the left field line. Over for a look is Lyons, the shortstop, with the angle, but it's going to get well out of play into the picnic area. Count now 1-2. But of course, Bill Clinton was not always Bill Clinton. He was born William Jefferson Blythe. Then when his mother got remarried, he changed his name to Clinton. Kept the Jefferson part. Here's a little presidential trivia for you. Here on this Mother's Day. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball from Bierfeld, could be 2. Lyons to his left, throws to second for 1. Relay to first. In time, double play. 6-4-3, twin killing, and about as tailor-made as they come there for Lyons to Alfonso to Kraus. 2 gone now here in the 6th. This Rosa advances to third on the play. That'll bring up John Griffin. Treese has got that kind of funky high sidearm, low 3/4 delivery. That just gives him a lot of arm side run on the fastball, meaning that it just comes back in on right-handed batters and away from left-handed batters like it did there from Bierfeld. It gets a lot of ground balls. It's the first pitch to John Griffin. It's another check swing foul ball. The count 0-1. Griffin 0 for 1 today, popped out to second base and then drew a walk and came around to score what currently stands as the lone B run. That was back in the bottom of the 5th inning. Treese. Long look in at Alex Berg. Comes set, the 0-1 pitch. Big, slow curveball that swung on and fouled back off the mask of Alex Berg behind home plate. Count now 0-2 to Griffin as Berg takes the mask off and will do some groundskeeping with his spikes, kicking around some dirt behind home plate. So plate umpire Ian Kelly took a few steps out, gave a new ball to Zach Treese. Rosa with his leadoff third as Treese bends over, 90-degree angle towards home plate. Now he hunched over, comes to the set, the pitch. Breaking ball misses low and outside, and Berg with a nice job to get over and backhand that one and keep it from getting behind him. Just cat-like reflexes behind home plate for Alex Berg. Really did a full somersault trying to keep that one in front of him. So the count 1-2 here to Zach Treese. From Zach Treese to John Griffin, should say. Treese set the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a breaking ball. So Zach Treese comes in, runners on first and second and no outs. He gets a ground ball double play and then a strikeout of John Griffin to get out of the threat with no runs scored. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a man left for the Bees in the sixth. The Ducks lead it 3-1 as we head to the seventh. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Baseball Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Keith Couch, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We go to the top of the seventh, the final inning of the first game of our doubleheader today. It's the Ducks 3 and the New Britain Bees 1. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quackerjack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. New pitcher in the game for the New Britain Bees, and it's the right-hander Jason Jarvis, who was originally slated to be the starting pitcher Friday night. He was scratched and moved out to the bullpen, and his first pitch to Delta Cleary Jr. misses high and outside. Count 1-0 strikes. It'll be Cleary, Elmer Reyes, and Angelo Sunko due up. Letter high strike is called, and the count now even at 1-1 to Cleary. For Jarvis, who likes to work fast from the first base side of the rubber, he comes in making his fifth appearance of the season. 1-1 pitch misses low and outside. Count now 2 and a strike. 2 relief appearances, 2 starts previous to this one. So 0-2 with a 5.54 earned run average. As Cleary hits this one off the end of the bat, slicing towards left field. That'll hit down in the picnic area. Count now even up at 2 and 2 strikes. For Jarvis, 13 innings, 13 hits, 7 strikeouts, 6 walks. Opponent's hitting .255 against him. Working out of the windup here with nobody on base, the 2-2 to Delta Cleary Jr. Just misses outside with an off-speed pitch, and the count now full, 3 and 2 strikes. Cleary 0 for 3 here in Game 1 of the Twin Bill. 2 strikeouts, and he grounded out to first. The pitch misses high and outside, and that's ball number 4. So leadoff walk for Delta Cleary Jr., and that's another Ducks walk presented by City MD Urgent Care. Over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in. Fourth walk drawn by the Ducks in this game. As Elmer Reyes strides up to the plate, he is 1 for 2. Drew a walk. Also had a hit and scored a run his last time up as the first pitch comes high and tight. Reyes has to dance his way out of the way of it. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Reyes led off the 6th inning with his single to right center field against Brandon Fry. Part of the back-to-back-to-back hits off Fry to start the inning. 1-0 in for a called strike. Count now 1-1. Fry was removed right after that. And Nate Rowe came in, allowed an inherited runner to score. Closing out this 6th inning. Now we play in the top of the 7th. It's 3-1 Long Island's. Delta Cleary Jr. with a healthy leadoff first, being held on by Griffin. Now the pitch, swinging a ground ball hit to second, could be 2. Fielded by McGigan to Carrillo for 1. Relay to first, in time, double play. This time it's a 4-6-3 double play turned by New Britain. That erases Delta Cleary Jr. from the base paths and brings up Angelo Sunko with the bags empty. And now 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Ducks lead at 3-1. Sunko 1 for 3 today. A single, a strikeout, and a pop-out. His 3 trips to the plate. Left-handed batter against the righty throwing Jason Jarvis. Now the pitch. Misses low and outside to count 1 ball and no strikes to Sunko. Every batter in the Ducks lineup today has reached base at least once except for Phelan Lentini. Swinging a ground ball by Sunko out to second base. McGigan fields. He throws to first in time to retire Sunko. And it is a quick inning for Jason Jarvis. He needs just 11 pitches to set the Ducks down by facing the minimum. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-1 in favor of Long Island. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Baseball Network.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Angelo Sonko, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Hey Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will be able to follow the Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and more. The Ducks are tweeting now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. And give us a follow, why don't you, so we come up in your Twitter timeline. You can also follow us on Instagram at LIDucks. Like us on Facebook, Long Island Ducks. New pitcher in the game for the Long Island Ducks. It's the closer coming in to try and notch down his 4th save of the season. It'll be David Aardsma coming on for Long Island's. Aardsma will go up against 7, 8, and 9 in the Bees lineup. Jamar Walton, Jake McGigan, and Ivan Villascusa. For David Aardsma. So I'm closing out the victory back on Wednesday. It was the last time he pitched a clean inning where he recorded a strikeout. First pitch on the way from Ardsma to Walton. Swung on and lifted foul back over the netting at home plate. Count 0-1. And for Ardsma, he's working on a pretty good streak here. He's got 6 consecutive appearances without allowing a run. Here's the 0-1 on the way to Walton. Misses upstairs, and the count 1 strike. Walton having some success in game number 1 of the Twin Bill. 2 for 2, couple of singles. He's gotten as far as third base, but has not scored a run. Ardsma comes set, now the 1-1 pitch. So foul ball hits off the netting down the third base line in front of the Ducks dugouts. Count now 1-2. Ardsma wears number 21 for Long Island. One of those dominant closers in the American League with the Seattle Mariners. Now the 1-2. Swing a fly ball lifted pretty well out towards right, sending Lentini back, but he has plenty of room. And he will make the catch for out number 1 here in the 7th inning. So Walton gave it a little bit of a ride, but nothing that Lentini couldn't handle. Phelan was able to make the catch, and that'll bring up Jake McGigan. With 1 gone here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Ducks with a 3-1 lead. And New Britain running out of opportunities to try and get into this one, get back in this one. Tied the game at 1, bottom of the 5th after the Ducks took a 1-0 lead. Then Long Island tacked on 2 in the top of the 6th. The first pitch to McGigan misses upstairs. The count is 1 no strikes. McGigan 0 for 2 today, grounded out back to the pitcher, and struck out both times with a runner on third base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count even up at a ball and his strikes to McGigan. Ivan Villascusa on deck. If he keeps it alive, Steve Carrillo would be after him. Here's the 1-1 from Ardsma. Swing and a miss. Count now 1-2 to McGigan. Ducks pitchers have struck out 6 on the game, 5 for Rafael Perez, 1 for Zach Treese. Perez stands to be the winner in this game. He would improve to 2-1 on the season. So McGigan hits it on the ground to third base, scooped on a couple of hops by Cody Puckett. Throws on to Mark Krause at first in time for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 set aside for David Ardsma here in the 7th. And New Britain Bees are down to their final out here in game number 1 of the doubleheader. The pitcher on the losing side for New Britain, at least at this point, set up to be Brandon Fry. Again, Ardsma going for his 4th save if he can convert here. First pitch on the way to Villascusa. Fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. The count 0-1. Villascusa, switch hitter, batting from the left-hand side for the first time today. After he batted right-handed both times against Rafael Perez. Lefty. Still pitch misses upstairs. Count now 1 strike. Villascusa this season 0 for against lefties and 1 for 7 against righties. It's not played a whole lot. 1-1 pitch. Misses high and outside. It's now 2-1. It's James Skelton, the everyday catcher for New Britain, much like Alex Berg, the everyday catcher for Long Island, but in the doubleheader. You're going to get one of these games off, and you'd probably get one of these games off it being a Sunday day game after, in theory, what would have been a night game last night. 2-1 pitch to Villascusa. Swing and a miss. Count even up at 2-2, and the Bees down to their final strike here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Ardsma trying to finish the game with a strikeout. Something that he's done a good job of doing. He did that the other day. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a foul ball over on the third base side. That'll clear the dugout And almost a nice play made by a fan who had it in his hands and dropped it. He used two hands, he followed it all the way in, he had good form, and it just popped right out. He went over and scooped it up for a souvenir, offered it to a kid who said, "No thanks, that's okay. You keep it." And he will. 2-2 again. On the outside corner, strike three called. Villascusa didn't like the call, but it goes down for strike three nonetheless. And the Ducks are victorious here in Game 1 of the doubleheader, defeating the New Britain Bees by a final score of 3-2.
You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now